Hello, AP Calculus students, to another day of Unit 7, Differential Equations. Just a reminder, Unit 7 is our final unit as a result of the fact that College Board, because of the whole COVID-19 situation, has decided to cut off what would have been our last unit, Unit 8, from the curriculum, at least for this year. So just remember, Unit 7 is our final unit. Let's do our bell ringer first, then we'll talk a little bit more details about any updates and the lesson for today as well. So let's get to the bell ringer. So this is a practice multiple choice question. The average rate of change of the function f of x is equal to x squared minus 3x on the interval 2 to x is 3. Find x. So this will actually end up being a short problem, not very long. This actually ties to just being able to remember how to find the average rate of change. So the average rate of change. So whenever you see that term in a question, what you want to think about, and I hope you think about this already because of the key word here, rate of change, is you want to think of slope. Okay, so you want to think of slope. So this is basically saying that the slope of the function on the interval 2 to x is 3. The slope of the function on the interval 2 to x is 3. So that's basically what we're going to try to figure out. If the slope is equal to 3 on that interval, what does x have to be equal to? Well, just think about, what is the formula for a slope? What is the formula for a slope? Some of you might have said rise over run. Others of you might have said change in y over change in x. While others of you still might have said y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. That's the formula we're going to focus on to calculate this rate of change. What are our two y values for this problem? Well, it tells us, actually, what are our two x values? Well, our two x values are right here. 2 and x. We don't know what x is, but we know it's some kind of x value. So we're going to set this up as, sorry about that. We're going to set this up as x minus 2. x2 is going to be x, x1 is going to be 2. So what are our two y values? Well, remember, since we're given our function, our two y values are just going to be the function values at those two x values. So f of x minus f of 2. Those are our two y values. So all we're told, so that's our y2, that's our y1. We're told that this is equal to 3. Well, let's evaluate some of these. F of x is just x squared minus 3x. So we have x squared minus 3x. And then f of 2 is just going to be 2 squared minus 3 times 2. So what would happen if we plugged in 2 into our function? And then we have x minus 2. All right, so that's what we got here. So this is just going to be x squared minus 3x. And then this is going to be 4 minus 6. Note the use of parentheses to make sure we keep whatever's negative, negative, and so on. 4 minus 6 is just negative 2, so we have x squared minus 3x, minus negative 2, so it becomes plus 2. And then all over x minus 2. And once again, that is equal to 3. All right, so what are we going to do here? Well, we have some options. We have some options in terms of what to do. One thing you might take note of is we can factor the top equation. We can actually factor this top equation here to, we can factor this and turn it into x minus 2 and x minus 1. Okay, so negative 2 and negative 1 multiply to positive 2 and add up to negative 3. So that's how we can factor it to that expression. So now if you notice, we have something that cancels out. These x minus 2's cancel out. So all we're left with is x minus 1 is equal to 3, we simply add 1 to both sides to solve for x, so x is equal to 4. So it looks like our answer is C. So a little bit of algebra behind it, but I think the main or the key takeaway from this problem that I want you to remember is just this idea that whenever we're talking about the average rate of change of something, you are talking about the slope between those 2 points. In this case, our 2 points were our 2 x values were 2 and x, so we want to find the slope between those 2 points by just doing y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, so that was today's bell ringer. Hopefully you tried it before going through the answer step by step, and hopefully you got the same answer. All right, now for today's lesson. So today is going to be just like yesterday, which is a little bit surprising since yesterday was a quiz. So today I've decided to do another quiz, actually, just because of the situation that we're in. I think it would be a good idea I wanted to separate the quizzes a little bit so I didn't throw too much at you at one time. So just like yesterday, the quiz is extra credit. If you would like to take it, make sure to email me and let me know. So as soon as you email me, I'll send the quiz to you, and then you'll have an hour to do it. Once you're finished, so once that hour is finished, you take a picture, send it back to me, and then I can grade it as is. So in other words, as a result, make sure you only email me when you're ready to take it, because you will only have an hour at your disposal once I send it to you. Now today's quiz is going to focus on something a little bit different. Yesterday's focus was more on just slope fields. Today's focus will be more on finding the solution equations to differential equations. So as a result, I would take a look at namely Unit 7 Day 2 and Unit 7 Day 3 videos in order to practice. Obviously, look at the notes for those days and also look at the extra practice. So as a result, that would be, just to be a little bit more specific in terms of what day numbers those would be, that would be Day 114 and Day 112 and Day 113. Day 112 and Day 113. So if you look at those notes as well as the extra practice, definitely be helpful right before taking the quiz. Once again, the quiz is extra credit. If you want to take it, email me. Once I send it to you, you will have 1 hour to complete it. Take a picture, send it back to me within that hour to get any credit as a result. In terms of any updates with College Board, I have none. We're still waiting until that key date of April 3rd. It looks like we're going to be getting a boatload of information on April 3rd, so we still have to wait until then. So sorry that I still don't have any other updates. As soon as I get them, though, I'll make sure to let you know. I hope you guys, as usual, are staying safe. Hopefully nobody's getting sick. Otherwise, I hope you guys are doing well, and I wish you guys that the rest of your day goes just as well. I hope you guys are keeping up with all these videos, and I will see you later.